So I know I've been promising to do a cooking demonstration, and I promise next week I'll do one. Just really hadn't had the chance, and last couple of days I hadn't really been feeling up to par to do one. So I promise next week we'll do one, and I hope you enjoy that. And yeah, I just been sidetracked this week, and yesterday I felt like I needed to do the vlog about my family and friends down in Texas. And I hope you saw the vlog. I hope you looked at it and you at least prayed for them, or maybe you donated some money to the American Red Cross. And if you did, thank you so much. And we're still praying for those folks down there, and just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. So when I started doing the vlogging, I decided to call my channel on YouTube The Faith and the Pain. And I've told you a little bit about this ice maker and this thing. It's annoying. I'm sorry. I called it The Faith and the Pain. And I'm going to try to go through this pretty quick because I want to leave it under 10 minutes. But I was going to explain the second part of the pain for me. And the second part of that pain was about just a little over a year ago, my wife and I separated. And we'd only been married about 10 months when we separated. She was the reason why I went to the mountains and everything. Yeah, it was back in a little over a year ago. So we separated sometime at the end of July, the 1st of August of last year. And I moved out. I got my own apartment, and I kept working up there. And I was going to stick it out and keep doing what I was doing. And then at the end of October, when I went on my fishing trip, I came back, and then that's when my foot issue started with my toe. So I had about 2 months, about a month and a half in there to kind of process this whole separation thing. And it was tough. And sometimes I look back and I wonder if I had actually had enough time to process the whole thing, because, I was separated for a little while, and then I had this issue with my foot, and I went in the hospital, and I was in the hospital till right before Christmas, and then I went back home, and I was only home till February, and then it happened again, and I was back in the hospital. I came home for a short time, and I was back in the hospital again. And long story short, I lost my apartment, and because I just couldn't pay for it. I mean, I was getting short-term disability that wasn't covering all my bills. So, but that's another story. But I had a very short time in between the actual separation and when I actually went into the hospital. So, sorry. And I think sometimes, did I have enough time to process that whole separation thing? I don't know. I think about it a lot, and I have my good days, and I mostly have good days, but I do have some bad days. And I wonder, I sometimes wonder why. And I know some of my friends heard me make the comment that, it seems like maybe the man upstairs, the good Lord, might be trying to pick on me a little bit. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to wait it out. I'm trying to wait to see where it's going to go, what's going to happen. Because I've always heard that you got to go through the bad stuff to get through the good stuff. And he's putting me through tribulation that he knows I can handle to get me to the good stuff, to something bigger and better. So I'm waiting on that bigger and better. Or not really bigger, just better. And I don't, sometimes I have doubt about that. I mean, my faith has definitely been tested, without a doubt. But after going through the separation and going through this with my foot, I wonder sometimes, what's he got in store for me? And it better be good, or at least better. I'm probably the last person in the world you want to hear marriage counseling from. But I would give you some advice about being married, or even if you're just in a relationship, that if you really love that person, then don't let nothing I mean nothing come between you and that person. Don't let another person, don't let a family member, don't let a friend. If you love that person and you want to be with that person, then don't let nothing come in between you. And even don't let a phone or Facebook or any social media come between you and that person. Every day you see that person, tell them you love them. If you're on the phone, before you hang up, say, hey, I love you. Before you walk out the door in the morning, say, hey, I love you. Before you go to bed at night, kiss them and say, hey, I love you. Let them know you love them. People say, oh, they know I love them. I don't have to tell them. No, tell them. Tell them. Some more advice: never go to bed mad at one another. Never leave the house mad at one another. Always resolve your issues. Always keep that line of communication open. Always talk to one another and fill each other out. You know, take time every day to talk to one another. Take time. Whether you don't like to cook at home and you go out to eat a lot, that's fine. Sit in a restaurant and talk. Put the phone away. Leave it in the car. Put it in your pocketbook. Women, if you're a man carrying a pocketbook, that's a little weird, but put it away. Just put the phone away and talk to one another. Respect one another. You know, there again, I'm definitely not the person to be giving marital advice, but I've been there and done that. So I'm just letting you know. That's the other part of the pain. The faith in the pain. The faith is I'm not going to give up on him. I know he's got plans for me. Some days I wonder what that is, but I know he's got plans. I'm waiting on him. I'm working towards him. My foot's trying to get better. My heart's trying to get better. My mind's getting better. There's 3 things I want to do. There's 3 things. I want to get better physically. I want to get better mentally. And I want to get better spiritually. Those are my 3 things I want to do. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. Not necessarily in that order, but that's what's got to happen. So I keep the faith, and I feel the pain. And I know there's a lot of people out there who feel the same way. And I'm there with you. Every day. I'm not going to end this on a cruddy note. I do want to say a shout out to a special friend of mine in Andersonville. I'll say her first name is Deb. And she lost her mother early this morning. She'd been fighting a lot of illness for a long time. And she did post the other day that they knew it was going to be really soon, and she lost her this morning. So, Deb, I'm thinking about you, and I'm praying about you, and praying with you, and hopefully that God will cradle you up in his comforting arms. So, that's the end of the vlog. I hope you subscribe to my channel. I promise you I'm not going to do no more of these sappy stories. But now you know the both sides of the story. Next week, I promise, a cooking demonstration. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to cook, but it's going to be pretty good. I promise.